Well, good morning, everybody. Today must be, it's a good day, and we'll start with an upbeat song. I think there's something I noticed walking around, people are saying, oh, it's boisterous, or people are colorful, and I noticed it must be sunshine and breeze, and then I also noticed Jamaica is holding the happy high watch today. So we're all infused, I think, in a pretty good mood. So why don't we stand and sing yes, yes, yes. Here we go. When I say yes, yes, yes to life, 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 I say yes, yes, yes. I bring my best. When I say yes, I say yes, yes, yes to life. When I say yes, yes, yes to love, 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 I say yes, yes, yes to love. I play my best. When I say yes, yes, yes to love. When I say yes, yes, yes to love. Yes, yes to love. I play my best. When I say yes, I say yes, yes, yes to prosperity. When I say yes, yes, yes to joy, 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 I say yes, yes, yes to God. I play my best. When I say yes, I say yes, yes, yes to joy. When I say yes, yes, yes to happiness, I say yes, yes, yes to God. I play my best. When I say yes, 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 yes to happiness. When I say yes, yes, yes to life, 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 I say yes, yes, yes to God. I play my best. When I say yes, I say yes, yes, yes. I say yes, 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 say yes, yes, yes. We'll take it down a notch here. Prepare for our service. Wonderful reflection. This is one of our favorite songs.
This is a good song to remember when our theme of self-care today is
Tell you if you were anything less than beautiful, how could anyone else tell you you were less than gold? How could anyone fail to notice that your longing is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul. How could anyone ever tell you you were anything less than anyone fail to notice that your love is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You made it.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, it's been another week, hasn't it? Did you feel the full moon energy coming through? Huh? Did you see the light at night? Lighting your way back to yourself? Well, welcome to the Grants Pass Center for Spiritual Living. You have found your way home. We're so grateful. We've been expecting you. Thank you for not disappointing us. And we're going to do what we do every Sunday, and that's repeat our vision, mission statement up on the screen, which says, "We are an open, loving, spiritual community dedicated to evolving consciousness through teaching spiritual principles." We're so glad that you've made it here this morning. We know that you have a lot of different places you can go on Sunday morning, but you've chosen here. And if you're on Zoom, you've chosen here in your jammies. Yay. Or wherever you are, doing whatever you're doing, you made it here. And we're just so blessed to have you. And right now we are going to, what are we going to do? We're going to have some announcements that I'm going to do this morning. I want to start by saying that we have a fun fair coming up, and these are our posters. They're up here and up there and in the back, and we want you to take some of these home with you. And they're on the table over here. And if you just want to take one and take it to someone else, or put it up in a business that you frequent, so that we can get people to know. I mean, you know, I don't want this to be the best kept secret anymore. So if each one of you comes to the fun fair and brings one person, that's 80 people. So, wow, that's going to be a great thing to have here, isn't it? So we just encourage you, please help us promote this by taking one of these and putting it up in a business that you support. Would you like to be a Grants Pass Center for Spiritual Living member? Membership has its privileges. New member applications are in your seat backs, and there's some in the back table. And if you're online, you can go and click the new member button and fill that out, and our board will look at your application, and if so approved, you'll become a member. Yeah, so please, go ahead and fill one out, and we'd love to increase our membership, because that's how we increase the consciousness of love in the world, is by you dedicating yourself to something you believe in, and we dedicating ourselves to teaching you spiritual principles, and that's why we're all here. Let's see, what's now? Oh, I should follow the script, right? Events. Kick off summer with your GPCSL community and join us for these 3 special events happening in June. Saturday, June 10th, 10 to 2, and South Cone will give a personalized tour of Wildlife Images. The cost is between $9 and $16, and is generously gifting a personally signed book to each person who attends. Sign-up sheets are in the back, and please see Anne for any details on where to meet. And bring a sack lunch so that you can have some sustenance, so you won't become hungry while you're there. On Father's Day, June 18th, we are having our service on the lawn right out here. And our beautiful grounds will be transformed into a picnic area. Bring a lawn chair or a beach blanket or something to sit on. We will have some chairs available, but if you can bring a chair, that would be great. And we're going to have some special music. The center will provide fixings for a great sandwich with both meat and vegetarian options. And the potluck sign-up sheet is on the back table, so please sign up, and just so we can get a count and see how many people are going to attend. Saturday, June 24th is our community fun fair, which will be packed with fun for all, with a treasure hunt for kids, local artisans and vendors, healing arts services, and unique presentations, barbecue by our own Ralph and Paula. They're barbecue experts. It's all in the sauce. And there'll be a bake sale by Dave. Dave is one of our, has emerged as one of our best chefs in the house. You're all great, but you know, I'm pushing Dave right now because he's in the announcements. And snow cones by Reverend Steve, that's right. I'm gonna be providing snow cones at a very minimal fee. It's a fundraiser, you know, we're raising fund and funds. And thank you for making our center such a wonderful place to come together in spirit and community. The metaphysical book study continues Sunday mornings from 9 to 9:45 in our conference room led by me. And the book that we're studying is Living the Science of Mind by Ernest Holmes. And the meditation group continues, but we have moved from the LEC to our conference room directly after the book study, so that anybody that wants to come and join us, please come and have a little meditative time with our practitioners. And I think that covers it for now. And I would like to invite you to stand as Chip and Bucky lead us in singing "We Are One."
We are one. I am you, you are me. We are one. And in this unity, we shall live in harmony as peace has come. As we are one. We are one. We are one. I am you. You are me. We are one. And in this unity, we shall live in harmony as peace has come. As we are.
Welcome to the Grants Path Center for Spiritual Living. My name is Paula Peterson and I am your podium practitioner today. It's so lovely to be here. Please join me in reading the gratitude upon the wall.
I'm so thankful for ever-growing self-love that naturally leads me to optimal care for my body, mind, and spirit. And so it is.
Practitioners are the healing arm of our center. Our job is to pray with and for you and to fill out a prayer request. see the yellow form. So this will get turned in to all the practitioners and we will pray for you for a week. If you want any help filling out a form or have any questions, please see a practitioner afterwards. The blue form is also for the demonstration that we know will happen, Prayer Works. So they should be in the seat backs right in front of you. If you're online, you can also submit a prayer request at our website, grantspasscsl.org. We are dedicated to your confidentiality and healing. We've taken several years of Science of Mind classes to become practitioners. We also teach classes and workshops here at our center. If you are in need of prayer or would like prayer in your life, please connect with one of us for a short affirmative prayer after our service. Those practitioners that would be available to pray with you afterwards, please raise your hand. Bucky, Deborah, Trasia, Jamaica, and myself. Woohoo, okay. And what Jamaica Wallace is our practitioner holding the high watch in the back right there at that table. So if you have a prayer request, you can turn into the box next to her, or you can see her and she will either pray with you or direct you to a practitioner for prayer. That's what we're here for. Use us. And now is time for our birthday song. Is there anyone here who has a birthday in June? Please raise your hand. Are you a June birthday? Woo-hoo! And I believe the flowers today are from Deborah. I thought I saw her. Thank you, Deborah. Is there anyone here for the first time? Please raise your hand. We have a gift for you. Welcome. Welcome. Cell phones, please turn off anything that might make noise. God will contact you in another way. Okay, so let's do our prayer together. It should be up on the screen. And thank you, Kaylin. Through self-awareness, I realize that I am just right exactly as I am. I know I have all that I could ever need for unlimited success and boundless love, and so it is. Thank you, Deborah. That was beautiful. Please remain seated as we sing, I Am Loved. Is in my life. So our theme this month is self-care. And on page 103 in our Science of Mind magazine for June, Reverend Dr. Carol Carnes writes an article every month on living consciously. And I really liked what she had to say. I liked all of the articles on self-care since I'm really aware of that lately. This is what she writes. Self-care is not up for debate. It is an essential part of how we co-create with the only power there is. We are asked to embrace that truth and accept our spiritual relationship to first cause. We embrace the necessity of keeping our self-awareness in good spiritual shape because it is the source of our choices, not unlike a seed that produces what is within it. God, the infinite presence, acting as God, the creative principle, is constantly pouring its qualities through us so we might more accurately reveal our inherent wholeness. Can we embrace the truth that self-care is required to receive the blessings of the infinite? This is twofold. We care of the body, the vehicle, and by the right use of mind, we care for the essential self, the soul. Are we available to silence? Do we give our mind deep rest on a regular basis? Are we prepared for the gifts of spirit, knowing they are ours to express? This is what it means to be co-creators with the universal intelligence, operating through the energy of love. So go ahead and take a minute and just allow those words to deepen into yourself. And in this silence, I feel the deep presence of that one power, one creative force, in, around, and through all that is. And as I claim that for myself, I claim that for each one of us here, that we are a part of that great mystery, that great energy, that each one of us is capable of astonishing self-care. And as I bring that energy forefront in this room, I claim a wonderful service for this time. That each one of us hears the message and knows exactly what is here for us. That we feel this community in love. And I bless this time and space. And so it is. Now we'll have special music by Chip and Bucky, and then a wonderful talk with Reverend Steve. Thank you.
This is special music, but we're gonna have you have a part in it. It's very difficult part. No. It's you have to sing day by day. When it's actually more difficult to set up the guitar than it is to play the song. But this is about self-care, and I wrote this several years ago for a friend that had cancer. Don't you waste your time worrying about what you're doing here. We are here for love, so just take it day by day. Life is full enough to be worrying about day. Find that there are people all around you, but just like you, they're waiting to open up their heart and sing. When you sing it from the heart, you will always do your part. Hear the harmony. God in everything we see, yeah. Don't you waste your life waiting for some answer to appear. We're all people of forgiveness, take it day by day. There's so much to do to be sitting waiting for somebody. Open up your heart and we'll take it day by day. We're gonna take it day by day. Day by day. Day by day. We'll take it day by day. Find that there are people all around. Just me and you, keep waiting to. If they dream and sing their song, then you sing from the heart. You will always know your part. Hear the harmony of God and God and God in everything we see. So don't you waste your time worrying about what you're doing here. We're all people of so let's take it day by day. And if we share our hearts, all foolish questions start to disappear. Open up your heart and we'll take it day by day. Take it day by day. Day by day. Day by day. We'll take it day by day. Day by day. Day by day. Day by day. We're gonna take it day by day.
Beautiful. Thank you, Chip and Bucky. Let's hear it one more time for Chip and Bucky. Well, welcome to June. Wow, we're in June already. June is busting out all over. My mom used to say. And our theme this month is self-care. And when you think of self-care, you think of eating right, whatever that means to you, or getting enough rest, right? Sleeping, are you only sleeping 4 hours a night? But what about your mental health care? Self-care is an important part of our human experience, and your evolution consciously depends on your commitment to your self-care. If you're always thinking about trying to feel better, it's challenging to be a light in the world because you're constantly thinking about how to fix your ailment. You're not being that light. Mind, body, spirit, mental, physical, spiritual. To be able to live your life to the fullest, self-care must be embraced on a daily basis. It's not something that you wait until the light comes on your car to fix. You don't wait until something breaks down to fix it. You want to do preventative maintenance. To know who you are, you must be aware of the unlimited possibilities that can be unlocked when you harness the potential of your real beingness. Your real beingness. Through self-awareness, of the mind, body, and spirit, you realize that you are a perfect entity and that you have all that you need for unlimited success and unconditional love. The evolution of self-care has taken several turns since its discovery. We have all discovered that we must become self-aware of something. Self-care started in the medical field. You know, they thought that brushing your teeth was a good idea at some point, and I'm sure your partner found that out quickly. Getting enough sleep. You know, you can't stay up forever. You can try, but people go, wacko, staying up all the time. And eating good food. You know, your body responds to good food. You know, a banana rather than a Twinkie. Or a Twinkie flavored banana. Or a banana flavored Twinkie. Health food is a great start. We are encouraged to seek our own self-worth and cultivate healthier habits, like exercising, even taking a walk, just movement of your body. You know, a lot of people can't jog. So walk, you know, movement, getting out in nature, taking a nature walk. In general, we need to begin by cutting off unsupportive habits and unsupportive people that are contrary to the rules of self-preservation. And you may say, well, you know, how do I cut my family off? They're my family. How do you say no to a relative that calls, that wants to constantly vent and tell you that you're going down the wrong path? How do you do that? How do you not take their call? Well, you just don't. You just let it go to voicemail. Let them vent on voicemail. And then call them back when you feel enough time has passed that they've forgotten that they called you. Denial. River in Egypt. By surrounding ourselves with supportive people and life-affirming situations, we begin to attract positive energy into your life. We attract what we are. And if we are always in challenge, and isn't it awful, and oh my goodness, you don't know what happened to me during this full moon. We all have stories. We all have situations. We all have challenges that we're walking through. That's part of life. But don't let your challenges overcome the greatness of being alive. Today, self-care has evolved to not only include our physical beings, but our mental and spiritual well-being as well. Seeing a therapist, a life coach, getting a session with a practitioner or your minister. All self-care. You know, I've been asked, you know, do you do counseling? Do you do like couples counseling? Or I said, I can pray for couples. That's my expertise, is prayer. I don't ever say I can be a therapist. Go to a therapist for that. Now, I can counsel you spiritually on how to pray for yourself. And if you're so in the woods that you can't see the trees through the forest, then maybe you want to call somebody that can see that for you, with you. But you are your best practitioner. You don't need anyone to step in between you and the power that you are. You just need to realize it. But sometimes when we're lost, we can't see it for ourselves, and that's when we call out for help. And we all need help at times. Even us guys need to stop for direction once in a while. Just stop and act like you're gonna pick up a soda and ask which direction you're going. No one else has to know but the clerk. You guys know what I'm talking about. And some of you ladies probably do. That's why we have these GPSs on our phones now, because everybody's lost. Let's face it, everybody's lost. But you can bring yourself back into alignment by going within. If you don't go within, you go without. Go within. By training and feeding our mind, body, and spirit with good food, creative thoughts that build and strengthen our body, mind, and spirit, we're more prone to build strong self-worth that helps us become the person that we were meant to be here. You know, none of us came here to fail. We all came here to thrive, to enjoy life. You know, it's tough to be a light in the world when we can't pay our light bill. You know, we need to handle some of the little stuff before we can get to the bigger stuff. Your commitment to self-care affects not just your life, but also the lives of people and places around you that you surround yourself with. Which leads me to my 3 talking points. Number 1, your mind is powerful. There is nothing more powerful than a mind that has made up its mind to be, do, or have something. You ever meet one of these people that will bulldoze over anything or anyone to get, you may tell them that they're not going to succeed and that's just fuel for their fire. Like, oh yeah, let me show you. Watch me. Watch what I can do. There is no self-care without the mind. The way you perceive yourself and behave stems from your mind and the thoughts that you carry about you. Maybe somebody, when you were young, said, oh, you'll never be able to do that, honey. Maybe you should, you know, just try for something else. And maybe you listened to them and said, well, maybe you're right. Maybe. But if you have a desire to be, do, or have something, it's always going to be there until you satisfy it. It's a call from God. You can run, but you cannot hide. Have you ever had the urge to be something and then denied it and had it come up everywhere else in your life? And you're like, I thought that I told myself I wasn't going to think about that. I thought that I was going to be okay not pursuing that. And everywhere you turn, a sign is saying, ooh, check me out. But you can get a therapy session from the greatest gurus, the greatest practitioners, the greatest ministers in the world, but if you don't treat your mind by acting upon the information, then there's no way you can care for and love yourself. It's like going out when you have, you know, the grass has grown too high and you went out and bought a brand new lawnmower and all this equipment, and then you left it in the garage. Well, I bought all the equipment. I have everything I need to cut my lawn, but I just can't get out there and do it. Your lawn is speaking to you by continuing to grow. That's what it does. You must learn to use that equipment or hire someone that can. We don't have to do it all ourselves. I mean, I can change my own oil, but I don't. I'd much rather pay someone who has all the equipment, has been doing it all day long and knows how to do it quickly, and has all the right filters and stuff right there that can do it. You know, I can do it, but I would make a mess in my driveway and of my hands. So we get people that can do it for us. There's nothing wrong with that, is there? But we must do the work or get the work done somehow, right? I mean, I can cut hair, but I don't. And ever try cutting your own hair? Come on. Come on. I know a surgeon can operate, but they don't operate on themselves. That would be weird. Giving yourself, you know, a shot not to feel the pain and then not be able to. Never mind. My mind is so interesting. It is from the mind that self-deprecating and demeaning thoughts like, oh, I'm not good enough, or oh, I will never succeed at what I'm doing, or even, oh, I should just give up. But sometimes that's where we're at, right? Let's not deny that sometimes that's where we're at. When enough life is slid down upon us and we can't see the forest through the trees, we have that feeling. But sometimes that's just the energy we need to say, you know what? That is hell. I'm not gonna take it anymore. And that's what catapults you into the next dimension of action. These thoughts came from a mind that has not been tamed or trained and conditioned by positivity. It's time to start brainwashing yourself. Brainwashing is not bad unless you're putting bad thoughts into your consciousness. Stop that stinking thinking. Remember that term. When you find yourself demeaning yourself or going, I can't do that, or I'm sick all the time. Stop that stinking thinking. Wash, rinse, and repeat. It says it right on the back of the bottle. Wash, rinse, and repeat until desired positivity is present in your life. Wash, rinse, and repeat. When a negative thought comes up, just acknowledge it and go, thank you for sharing. What's the exact opposite of that? We need to retrain our minds to let unsupportive thoughts just flow out through our consciousness without entertaining them. The more power we give, the more that we support the unwanted thought, the more it grows. You know, there's that old story about, you know, which wolf do you feed? You know, the challenging one or the positive one? Whichever one you feed is going to be stronger. So what are you feeding in your mind? Once you can control your thoughts, you're in for a mind-boggling freedom. There came a time in this teaching when I was trying to figure this all out, and something clicked. And I got to the 51 percentile positivity. And then everything slid from negative to positive. And everywhere I looked, I didn't see my challenges anymore. I saw an opportunity for a miracle. What if it does work out? What if this is just catapulting me into another dimension of thinking? What if this is the sign that I've been waiting for? It just didn't look like I thought it was gonna look. Change your thinking, change your life. Change, the only constant there is. Change, everything is constantly changing. You know, you thought you had it all nailed down yesterday, didn't you? Well, that full moon energy is still activating and you're gonna have some more change coming through. Just saying, be open to change and it won't flip you out. Go with it. Go dance in the moonlight, man. This frees you up to live your best life that you could even imagine. What is the best life better than you can imagine? You can't even imagine, but you can try. Try imagining your best experience. And now what's better than the best? Number 2, perfection in individualism. When you become aware of your spiritual perfection and tap into your mind's ability to create the ideal life for yourself, then all of a sudden you realize there's no specific image to look up to for perfection, but you. What if you knew that right now, everything that's happening is the exact perfect situation? That if the infinite stood before you with a card that said what you're supposed to be doing and handed it to you, it would be doing exactly what you're doing right now. Because why is this happening now? Because it's now. I asked my practitioner friend, why is this happening to me now? She said, honey, because it's now. You can sit there and wallow in it and ask why, but when you ask the question what instead of why, you're part of the solution. What can I do to make this better? Not what did I do that brought this upon me, which can help, but tends to perpetuate them. What can I do now to make this better? How can I make lemonade? Maybe just a little sugar, just a little sweetness, take that tart out. You understand and come to know that you are part of a macrocosm. You are part of the big picture. Actually, you are the big picture. See, everything else is just a hologram. You are God. Now, everybody else is too, so don't get all crazy on me. I'm God, and you're not. No, all of us are. We are all cells in the body of God, aren't we? And when your cell is firing and acting and attracting and working as it should, all the other cells around it kind of get the, like, hey, it looks pretty good up there. Why don't we start acting like that? See, we are part of the big picture. We are the big picture because there's only one of us here. Source energy, God. You do not need to model yourself after anyone or anything else. You feel and accept your perfection just as you are. And all of a sudden, everything is perfect. Like I said last week, even in your challenges, when you drop something, look at how beautiful that was. I messed that up like no one else. That is my mess up. You only need to look within to come in contact with who you truly are and harness your own potential. And eventually, you will become the best you can be. Because you've never not been, even in the midst of your challenges. This awareness helps you to see yourself in a greater light. If any self-deprecating thoughts existed before, they are neutralized and eliminated and transformed into positivity. When the negatives are dissolved, it boosts the positivity in your mind, which improves your love for yourself, and your body follows. That's how it works. It all starts with a blueprint, with a mental equivalent. How you doing? Better and better. Better and better and better and better. Self-love harnesses thoughts that encourage self-care for yourself and others. It's infectious, just like negativity is. So when you walk into a room and you can feel that awkward vibe of negativity, step back out of the room, realign yourself with positivity, and broadcast love, and watch what happens. And if it doesn't shift, step back out of the room and choose a different room. Because Because if you can't change the energy in a room, that's on them. Don't let it become you. Don't go, well, I guess I'm just subject to negativity. No, you're not. I'm mad as hell and I'm not gonna take it anymore. Number 3. No self-care without action. We must be the doers in our life. You know, we expect somebody to do it for us all the time. You know, I want a new job. So I'm gonna do a little prayer treatment and then sit in front of the TV and hope that a new job finds me. No, that can't happen. That has happened. But you know, if you want to expedite the process, update your resume and fill out some applications. That's how it works. You know, like if you're putting applications in and nobody's calling you, change your application a little bit. Yeah, don't like overdo it, but change some things. Find a new attraction point. The science of mind philosophy is grounded in the power of your spiritual beingness and an understanding that you are having a human experience as a spiritual being. Not a human being having a spiritual experience. It's the other way around. Your real life is a spiritual life. You were spiritual before you came to this plane of existence, and you will be spiritual afterwards. You believe in that sort of thing. Your mind has a great influence on how you get to experience this life. You know what? I don't know if this stuff works. Well, actually, I do. But let's say that this is all just to make myself have a great experience. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with pink cloud metaphysics? If it works for me, don't you want to have a good trip rather than a bad trip? Yeah, come on. So as you unlock the mind's abilities to create your ideal life experience, you must also know that action must be taken in order to experience a joyful, peaceful, and thriving life. There is no controversy about the power of the mind. However, to unlock the mind's full potential, you must complete these 3 steps. You ready? Thoughts, feelings, action. Thoughts, feeling, and action. You have an idea. You bring it into your world of form by feeling it, and then you take action upon it. An example to illustrate this is the statement, you can't think about going to work in the morning and expect your thoughts to take you there. It doesn't work that way. As much as thoughts are important to experience an ideal life, action is also an important player in the game. It is counterproductive if you think about self-care without taking conscious steps towards holding it. Self-care starts in the mind. So, as you think of the process, you then feel the emotion to help you uphold it, to help you be ready to take the action to unlock all the unlimited beliefs that you can get from it. So, in conclusion, self-care can be easy to speak about, yet it can also be very challenging to take that action and really do something about it, but it must be done. The sooner we do it, the sooner we can experience what we're looking for. Is self-demeaning thoughts or visiting your mind? You're unable to use your mind well. We must learn how to unlearn negative thoughts and beliefs. How do we do this? Practice of meditation can help you to entertain positive thoughts in your mind. Mindful meditations can be practiced while sitting in a quiet space or taking a walk in nature. The important thing is doing what you love in an environment that supports you and makes you feel peaceful. Stress affects the mind as much as it affects the body. Either avoid the stressful situation, walk into a different room, or pause before going to deal with them. Pausing helps you think of better ways to resolve a conflict. If you approach it with the same energy of the conflict, you're part of the conflict. If you come in and go, let's reset here. Let's see this differently and watch what happens. Engage in healthy eating, fun activities that you love, and sharing time with loved ones. Shifting your lifestyle will impact every area of your life, which is the result of understanding the importance of caring for yourself. Even your relatives. If your relatives are not supporting you, what do? You can't unrelative them. I've got this here, it's time for a bang. How can you unrelative them? They're gonna be your relatives, whatever you do. But you don't have to put up with that. You don't have to get mad. I'm not gonna put up with this anymore. Just say, that's not for me. Talk to my voice. Are you part of the problem or are you part of the solution? If your lifestyle is unhealthy, it only means you've practiced self-harm. Decide today to begin shifting to healthy habits to live a fully and healthy life. Meditation can help you reflect on those actions that are not benefiting you. Decide to begin exercising, eating healthier, dropping a habit that doesn't support your healthy living, and begin feeding your mind with the changeless universal laws that support your dreams and aspirations. Remember, a healthy mind harvests a healthy body, and a healthy body supports a healthy mind. And so it is. Follow our teaching and go with it. If you'd like to close your eyes if that's comfortable for you. Take a soft focus on the beautiful flowers and the candles. Let's remember who we are together. I invite you to bring to the forefront of your consciousness what you believe the creative energy of the universe is to you. What is it that is beating our heart and breathing our body? That power of creation that is always on, always available, and always creating. And each one of us is unified in that field. Each one of us is a part of that energy, not apart from it. We are it. It can be no other way. As we move into positive thoughts, positive actions are attracted automatically into our being. New connections are made. New ideas are presented. All the right cells are moved to the right places in our bodies for perfect healing, health, and well-being. As we remove our mind from whatever the challenge is to thinking about whatever the creative energy of the universe is to us, we let go of the challenge. We let go of the problem and we become the solution. And all of a sudden, a miraculous energy of healing is transformed within us, mind, body, and spirit. I may not know what you're working with today, but I know that the source energy that you are knows what it is and knows how to solve it. As we get our bloated nothingness out of the way, the divine circuits automatically flow to where they're supposed to be. And in such a healing is happening right here and right now, is who and what you are. Because you showed up here today in consciousness, you are part of the healing. How good it is to know that whatever was our challenge yesterday is now the stepping stone towards our healing. So we embrace that. We give great thanks. Our hearts overflow with the gratitude of the universe that constantly heals and reveals the truth to us. We let go. We completely release these words and ideas into the living, loving law of mind where it does the work. We plant the seed. God grows the tree. God has the hard part. But we must change our minds. And as we do, we are revealed in a new love and a new sensation of prosperity, health, and wellness are who and what we are. As we affirm this together by saying,
So it is.
Whew. Okay, it's time for our offertory ideas about prosperity sharing affirmations. So if you'd like to place your gift on your heart or your hand on your heart, if that's what you're giving today, let's recite this together, which says,
God gives freely of all the abundance there is, and so do I, and so it is.
This song, I think, goes to a number of things that Reverend Steve's talked about, at least when I wrote it, that's what I was thinking. One of the things I was thinking was, I think the quote is attributed to Henry Ford. It said, if you tell me you can, or if you tell me you can't, you're right. And it's sort of also the fear of faith, I guess. As you do it. You can have it when you want it, get it anytime you need. You don't have to think about it, just take as much as you please. Don't have to save it for a rainy day. You can use it right now. Don't have to worry, it'll slip away. That's more than enough to go around. You can have it when you want, get it every time you choose. Don't have to ask about it, you'll never be refused. Don't have to wonder what it costs, no. You can have it for free. Don't have to worry that I might get lost, 'cause you always know where it's gonna be. There was a
time I killed that, I didn't know there was more. But I've learned my lesson since then. I'm standing here holding the door. Everyone who loved her just walk right in. You can have it when you want. Turn around and come back for more. You don't have to steal it, 'cause it's always been yours. You don't have to take it just a piece at a time, no. You can use it all from the start. Don't have to worry it'll leave you behind. 'Cause you know it's always waiting right there in your car. There's a time that I lived with my head in the sand. I didn't know what was true, but I learned I understand what really matters, and that's why I'm telling you that you can have it when you want, get it anytime you need. You never have to live without it. You can take as much as you please. Enjoy every day under the stars at night. Don't have to worry it fade away. It's like the sun and the moon. Love always shines, and you can have it when you want it. Get it back, never love, never have without it.
Jim, let's say a prayer for our offertory this morning. From the love of pure spiritual energy, these tithes and gifts have been collected. They're evidence of our faith, our belief, and our ability to manifest in this world of form. They do good work in the world. They bless the giver and receiver and allow this Grants Pass Center for Spiritual Living to be open and available, allowing people to come and remember who they are, and even for those who may not know it yet. And for this community thrives. And so it is. Well, it's time for our healing song. Let's stand up and sing with Chip and Buck.
Let there be peace. I understand for peace. Let there be love. I understand for love. Let there be joy. I understand for joy. We are making a new world. Let there be peace. I understand for peace. Let there be love. I understand for love. Let there be joy. I understand for joy. We are making a new world. We are making a new world now. We are making a new world now.
Now for our benediction, please repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening right now.
Something wonderful.
It's happening in my mind.
Happening in my mind.
It's happening in my body.
Happening in my
It's happening in the body of my affairs.
happening in the body.
I think it.
I think it.
I feel it.
I feel it.
And I know it.
I know it.
Just the way that it is.
Just the way that it is.
Just the way that it is not.
Just the way it is not.
Thank you, life.
Thank you, life.
Have a wonderful week, everybody. Present.